Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I don't have long, but I just want to kind of stop in and say, hey guys. But I also wanted to jump in really quickly and talk to you guys about of course, my chosen ones, called to break generational curses. And guys, I just want to say, I've decided to use the term generational norms for myself. Of course, some people are, still using the term generational curses. I believe that word curses can almost kind of like try to manipulate your thinking and your mind to make you really believe like it's a curse so it can never be broken. No, you're the chosen one, so you're called to break that curse. So it's not a curse, it's a generational norm. My chosen ones, you would know since early on that you're the one called to break generational norms. Again, you've always known you were different. You felt like you never fit in because, first and foremost, because you're chosen, but also, if you're chosen to break generational norms, then you know that a lot of the things that you saw within your family's line, and I'm not speaking about my family, I'm speaking as a whole, but the things that you saw in your family line, and it could be a number of things, we can go on and on about what can be considered as a generational norm. You can have addictions, you can have emotional instability, you can have a lack of financial knowledge, you can have everybody dropped out in middle school. Everybody got 59 children with 57 baby daddies, the 57 kids and no marriage. So but this is everybody. This is everybody. It's down the line. And sometimes what we don't even realize is that these things could have been going on from generations and generations before us. You know what I mean? You could have a great uncle who was dealing with the addiction, and then his son, and it just passed on, and here people are struggling and don't even realize why they're struggling. It's almost like, well, why am I dealing with this where my best friend, like, we did the same thing, and it could be down your generational line. It can be, and so it could literally be a norm, again, slash curse, what some of you guys will call it. So you have more of a weakness to kind of fall into that thing if you're not careful. So what happens is, now, because you're an adult, you now realize that certain things are more difficult for you than maybe just the average person. Well, look back down that family line. Why are you wanting to do exactly what everyone else did? Because that's all you ever seen. Or if not, if you have now seen examples, say for example, everybody is in toxic marriages and nobody's happily married. They're married because they have children together, or they're married because it's for security, and nobody gets married anymore because they're in love. That's a lie from the pits of hell. Yes, people are in love and happily married even 20 years later. Not to say that they're perfect, but there are very, very happily marriages. I know a couple. A couple of them. So it's almost like, as a chosen one, again, you just felt like, you know what? I don't care what nobody said. I don't care how old. I can be 90 years old. I am not going to sit here and get married because I'm getting to be a certain age, or we got children together. No. If you're miserable in whatever way in your life, that is not living. That is surviving. That's surviving, right? So the thing is, my chosen ones, you already know, this is why you're always fought so hard. This is why you're constantly under spiritual attacks. This is why Satan wants to literally snatch your mind. This is why, because he knows you're the one called to break these generational cycles, and most importantly, create the foundation and the footing for the next generation behind you. Let that be your children, your nieces, your nephews, grandchildren, all that good stuff. So this is why you're constantly under attack, right? So he wants your mind. He wants your mind. Speaking of mind, there's this guy, and we used to have, when I tell you, because I'm a sucker for like very deep intellectual conversations, we would have conversations for hours and hours and hours and hours, because he definitely was a chosen one. And he would tell me that, everybody in his family have lost their mind, like literally mind gone. Not somebody putting something in their drink, just literally mind's just gone. And so I told him, I said, you got to stop claiming that, because if you're not careful, you know you're the chosen one. So let's start changing your words and your mindset. Yes, that has happened in your family, but the buck's going to start with you. So in saying that, you're going to have to be very, very careful about some of the things that you allow into your life. Because what you're doing is Satan's already pissed with you, but you're opening certain doors, because there will be certain things that he did that I didn't agree with. But listen, do what you do. I'm just gonna let you know. And I felt like he was opening that doorway for Satan to really, really come in and mess with his mind, right? And so as time, I hadn't spoken to him for a couple of years, and just recently someone sent me, I don't know why they would even record it. I still don't get it, but he literally has lost his mind. Literally talking this like bad, lost his mind. But so either which way, when you are the chosen one, because you are already a target, you have to be very, very careful about certain things you allow in your life, certain people, certain demonic influences, certain things, heavy things, because again, that's the entryway. So once you made a decision that, you're not going to just follow the norm, and you want to, create a different path for yourself in the generation to come, and even to go back and even to go back sometimes and help the ones who want to be helped. I stress that, the ones who want to be helped, in your family or whatever the case may be. God will start to give you exposure to different, right? And you may have already had exposure when you were a child. Let's say, for example, all you've ever seen was like abusive marriages and crazy marriages. Everybody crazy in the house, right? But when you went to spend the night to your best friend's house, those parents may have been in a very healthy marriage. So you may have had examples early on, and you may not. Maybe everybody house you went to, everybody was crazy in the neighborhood. Everybody. But as you get older, because you are a chosen one, you will get certain downloads. You will see things differently. And before you know it, and the more you grow spiritually, God will expose you to different. But it's your decision if you want different. Because different is going to be a lot of work. All caps, a lot of work. So it is much easier to fall into the norms. It is. I might as well go and work at Dollar Tree. No, listen, if you work at Dollar Tree, no disrespect. Trust me when I tell you, you have a job. But it is easier to work at Dollar Tree than to try to go and start my own, or to try to go and climb higher. Even if you're at Dollar Tree, right? It's easier to stay as a cashier or a stalker versus trying to really apply to get the management position, because it's quote unquote more work, right? More red tape. So sometimes it's easier to just stay comfortable. So if that's for you, do what you do. For real. Because this thing ain't for everybody. It ain't for the faint of heart, But anyway, you will be exposed to more. So you have to make a conscious decision. You have to be intentional about putting that work and that effort in, getting mentors, watching your YouTube videos, going back to school, or whatever your thing is, right? Or making sure that you're putting yourself around healthy, wholesome marriages, and taking notes, asking questions. But again, you will be challenged. It's like a tug of war, because it's going to get to the point like, man, listen, is it even worth it? It is worth it, because it's not about you at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not only about you, I should say. It's about you, and then it's about you making sure that others have an opportunity to have a choice, right? It's just not the norm for them to see unhealthy stuff. You're giving them that choice. So I just wanted to encourage those of you, like I said, you're the chosen one. You are the chosen ones, my friend. You are chosen to fight. You are chosen to be determined. You are chosen to literally beat the odds, put the work in to be sure that you have a meaningful life, and that you go back and you help the others who want help. and that you create a new foundation, or even just start the foundation for the generation to come behind you. Leave some things behind, leave some books behind so they can know, leave some things behind, where they can have a choice early on. You can start changing their mindset early on, because you cannot change your life until you change your mindset. And in order to change your mindset, you have to be exposed to some things. You have to grow. You can't be in the same environments, that comfortable environment, and feel like you can change your mindset. No, changing your mindset is about changing your environments. It's going to be very, very uncomfortable. You're going to feel like the oddball out, but that's okay. You're a chosen one, so you always felt like the oddball out, right? And before you know it, it's the norm for you. It's so much a norm for you that it bothers you to even go back in the environment of the comfortable things and the comfortable people, But you got to go back. You got to go back and help. So I hope this helps someone. But you, my friend, if you are here, there's a good chance that you are the chosen one of breaking the generational norms in your family. But guess what? You deserve it. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.